Good morning. We are live, I think. We are telling your followers. Okay, here we are. Good morning. We are live on the Marshall Instagram page. Hello, everybody. Jason Hook here, your host for the next half an hour. Just wanted to say thank you to Marshall for inviting me to do this. It's really cool. I have been collecting and using Marshalls my whole life. And I tried to drag a few of them in here today, but I have maybe 20 or 25 heads. And I gave up trying to haul that stuff in here. But if you can see behind me, these are two of my favorites. That's an original Silver Jubilee right back there. It's one of the only ones that Joe Bonamassa didn't get before me, because he buys all of them. Thanks, Joe. So there's one. And then just a stock, that's an 1987 JCM 100, which has kind of been my go-to amp for everything every lead guitar solo that you've ever heard from me on our records has been that top head there, and a Boss Super Overdrive. I like to keep it simple. I'm still very much attached to traditional methods, and it's just a sound that I'm used to, that I know that I can control, and that I find pleasing to my ear. So I still mic up cabs. I still play through amps. Okay. We're trying to read something here. Let's push that out of the way. Stuff's coming in at a great rate. Silver Jubilee or JCM 800. It's tough. Well, the 800 I prefer. I think it's a little, because I put the pedal in front of the 800, and that gives me just a little bit more drive. The Jubilee has sort of a pedal as part of the preamp, which was a really great feature. But I find that because the pedal's right here by my foot, I can kind of dial it up and dial it down depending on what I need. The Jubilee, if I had to take a Marshall to a jam or something, I'd take the Jubilee because it's plug and go. And it's got those old Drake transformers, which are really nice sounding. Guitar Jackson, negative. Guitar Gibson, with my little tuner on there. I'm a Gibson guy. Look at that. Play, Sweet Child of Mine. That's a very Jackson-looking Gibson. Well, this is one of my signatures. It's one of my signatures. The original signature was white with military green stripes, and I asked them to make me 3 red ones, so this is one of the 3 red. I just really like it. Plays well. It sounds awesome. I yanked the front pickup out of the guitar and added a 24th fret. So this has been heavily customized. Gibsons usually have 22. What's your favorite guitar shape? Well, the Explorer. Explorer, I just, everyone, not too many people are playing Explorers in metal. Aside from James Hetfield. And I just liked it because I have a nerve issue. The Les Paul would dig into my forearm in a weird way. So I switched to the Explorers years ago because this way my arm could come through the gap there. And just to make it even more comfortable, I had my signature, they added a 45-degree bevel there for comfort. Love from India. Honestly, the most beautiful guitars made. Well, I have to agree with you there. I'll trade you. Trade me for what? You love the paint job. Red is a power color, and I didn't know how I was going to respond. I ordered 3 red ones, and I just love it. It's sort of become my thing. What was your first memory of hearing a Marshall for the first time? The first Marshall I bought was a Marshall PA head, if you can remember. It was a plexi PA head. I think it had 8 inputs on the front, and it had the basket weave caps for the tubes, and it was loud as loud can be, and of course it didn't really have a lot of crunch gain, because it was meant, I think the intention was it was meant for vocals, like a PA system. And I can't remember what year it was, but it might have been 68 or something. Anyway, I foolishly traded it for a Mesa Boogie power amp later on, and when preamps and power amps became the thing way back in the day, and I needed a rack-mountable power amp, so I traded this head. So that's one of my great regrets, because that would be a really cool thing to still have. But that's what we do. We need new things, and we trade things, and we make mistakes. Hi from India. When did you finish your sleeves? I do bits and pieces. Are you talking about my tattoos, I guess? I do bits and pieces. I hate getting tattooed. It sucks. But when you've got an empty spot or a faded or a cover-up, it nags at you because you see something that doesn't look right. You have to go get it done. I've scheduled some more tattooing on this break. I'm going to get this part of my neck done and something on my chest. Hi from Poland. Play something. What do you want to hear? How about Inside Out? It's interesting. Play Lift Me Up. Lift Me Up? Okay. Here we go. Lift Me Up. Cemetery Gates. Now that's not fair. I don't know that one. The solo from Lift Me Up. Man, I Live Your Band. I'm pretty sure that meant to be typed out as I Love Your Band. And, you know, it's always great to hear that stuff, and I really do appreciate all the positive feedback and all the dedication from the people. Really, the whole thing is how you touch the nerve and the hearts of the listener, for me. Because music really is just about the transmission and the reception of emotion. I mean, to break it down at a kind of a corny level, but so if something fires me up and I get excited, I think I could see myself standing on stage playing something this exciting and having the listener pick it up and respond to it. And that's the whole thing, you know, like, and that's just an instinct, you know. Master of Metallica. This guitar is a little squirrely right now. How cool is it playing for Alice Cooper? It was a great experience. I mean, Alice really taught me a lot about just how to process celebrity, and I don't consider myself anything close to celebrity or any kind of icon like he is, but I watched him in public, and the cool thing that I picked up from it was that once he was out at the mall, or we go to the movies or whatever, at airports, he was always gracious and patient and giving and kind to everybody. And I mean, he's an icon, so everyone was like, "You're Alice Cooper." And I just picked up on that, and I thought, you know what, that's how I want to be. I want to be like him. He inspired me in that way. Plus his sobriety and, you know, I mean, the guy's been doing it for so long, he could be heavily affected in a bad way. And I just always found that he chose to be harmonious and kind and giving. And I really respected that, and I thought, that's a good model. Hey dude, do you want to start a corporation? A corporation doing what? You're my favorite guitarist, and I love your work. Thank you. Dude, how thick are your strings? That's a good question. We play in a very low tuning. It's baritone tuning. It's B standard. And so the custom gauge that I have made is 13 to 70. If you can imagine 13, a regular set would be maybe 10 to 46. So I'm 13 to 70, which makes the low string almost like a bass guitar string. It took me a long time to get used to that because I'm a bendy player, you know. And on heavy strings, it's just hard to do those kind of hot, full, you know. It's hard to do those kind of things on heavy strings. So, and essentially, it just really built up these forearm muscles. I mean, they're ridiculous because of the amount of workout they get working these heavy strings. How did you come up with your signature haircut? Oh, I don't know. I had long hair for most of my life, and long hair I just was over long hair. So I just decided to cut it short, and you know, I wanted to, I wanted to kind of stand out a little bit. That's all. Alice is indeed the best. Oh, sorry, I can't read. Mouth of War. Most embarrassing stage moment. Well, there was a moment where we got the plug pulled on us at Download because we were inviting everybody up to stage dive up to the front of the stage over the barrier, and they didn't appreciate that, so they fucking yanked us off stage. I'm not supposed to cuss. Sorry, Marshall. Hey, can I trade my King V for one of your guitars? These are actually sold out. I don't think you can get any of these anymore. And you certainly can't get the red ones because they were only made with, they were made from Epiphone. I do have a couple of the Epiphone ones available on hooksguitar.com. Hooksguitar.com. Shameless plug. It's really weird it doesn't advance. Play something from Black Sabbath. Hello. It's not advancing. I have to scroll to get to the latest comment. Marshall is about to pull the plug on this live. Any guitar tips, please? Yeah, guitar tips. I strongly encourage people to practice with a metronome because I think a lot of people neglect. You know, they want to go for the tricks and the stunning gymnastics right out of the gate, but if you don't have a good foundation of rhythm, always play to drums, play to a loop. Practice your rhythms. It's even helpful when you get into your soloing where you go. You know, everything has to be syncopated against a beat, in my opinion. What's up? Our top guitar player. Hello, please come back to the UK. Love the play Crazy Train. Okay, let's see what I got. It's difficult because this is in B standard, so it doesn't really... Is the Marshall code good? I don't know. I don't have any experience with the code. Certainly if I got my hands on one, I could do a demonstration. I could run through it and break it down and give my opinion. Maybe Marshall would send me one just as a loaner to mess around with it. I hear it's very good, though. Let's see. The Norwegian Knuckleheads. Canto 34, you're killing me, man. I mean, that was 2009, 10. I'd have to go learn it, to be honest with you, and I'm sorry to disappoint. And it's amazing. A lot of people ask for that. So maybe that's something I should try to learn. We kind of just kicked it out quickly, and because I think it was originally supposed to be a song, and Ivan didn't have anything for it, so we said, all right, well, let's just play solos, and it turned into an instrumental. But I think I'm going to make a point of trying to learn it now, because a lot of people seem to like that, and it's interesting because you don't typically. Instrumentals are usually the throwaway tracks. You know, people like songs. You know, I did a whole album of instrumentals, and it went double balsa wood, in other words, in sales. So, you know, I always just assumed that instrumentals are just throwaways, but people like that. Are you guys working on anything in quarantine? Well, I am working every day logging new songs, because I love my studio up here, which is a mess, but I have a whole facility here that I sit in my house upstairs, and I just work, and it's the only really thing that I'm passionate about is being creative and mucking with all this cool gear that I bought. I have an engineer friend of mine that comes over, and we literally just toy around. And I come up with tracks, because I think invariably what is going to happen is when the world gets turned back on, all this work that's been done in this down period for all artists is going to be the one thing that you know, it's like a good chance to get that work done, so when you need it and you don't have time when the touring starts up again, you'll have it already done. So that's my plan. The Code amps are so good. Well, maybe Marshall could lend me one. What about DSL with acoustic? I don't know. Have you met someone from Guns N' Roses? Yes, I have. Slash, certainly, because he's one of my best friends, Brent Fitz, is Slash's drummer, and Todd Kearns play in Slash's band. When do you go up to Super Bay? I can't. It's coming in so fast. Fractal versus Kemper. Ooh. How about Marshall? I knew Jim Marshall very well. I didn't really get to know Jim. Certainly he's a legend. I miss talking to Paul Marshall. I'm not even sure if he's involved in the company anymore, but Paul was Jim's son. And we became close, and I hope he's doing okay. So, Paul, if you see this, I'm saying hello, and I would love to catch up with you sometime. You definitely should play canto. Okay, just for you, because the Norwegian knuckleheads are our strongest supporters. I will try to see if I can figure that out in some capacity, and then maybe do my own live thing. Do you use just one model of amp? Well, I'm kind of yeah, I mean, I have a lot of amps. I can't lie. Do you? What about singing one from Metallica? Two great Marshall tones that like together the guitar. What guitars pair best with Marshall amps? Well, honestly, I think I'm kind of biased, but I like the Gibsons. I have a 59 Les Paul reissue that is probably one of the best sounding guitars I have, and I don't even know what the pickup is in. Maybe it's a Burstbucker or something, but it crunches through the Marshall. It's awesome. Agony of Regret. Agony of Regret. I don't remember. I don't know. I'd have to go back and pick it up. Can you show us the clean channel? Well, there is no clean channel. I'm plugged in back there, and I'm just rolling the volume down. This isn't a bedroom, actually. This is a... when I got this house, it had what they call a bonus room above the garage, and it's like 650 square feet or something like that. It's a huge room over this 3-car garage below, and so I said, this is perfect. This will be my man cave. So I had a studio builder come in and build it out as a pro studio. All the cabling is in the walls. It breaks out to all the other rooms in the house, so I can record from the kitchen, the bathroom, the garage, the spare bedroom. What famous rockers have I met? Well, a lot of them. I mean, I know anyone that we've ever taken on tour. Nikki Sixx, Disturbed. I mean, I used to play for Vince Neil. Let's skip down. No offense, but who are you? My name is Jason Hook, and just Google me, and I think some stuff will come up, and then that eliminates me having to explain it. Burn it down. Do you still have your first Guitar, no, I don't. I gave it to somebody. It wasn't a good guitar. What are your main influences for rhythm playing? Well, I certainly thought Zakk Wylde is a beast for rhythms. I mean, he's violent. It's just the kind of thing where you hear Zakk play, it makes you want to clench. He's awesome. Firebird. I don't have any Firebirds. They're thin. I like chunky. Can you play some a Monomarth? I don't know any Monomarth. Miracle Man. There you go. I tell you what's a great Marshall head is that JVM head. I had one and it got stolen. And I was talking to Richie Faulkner from Judas Priest, and he said that they recorded the entire Firepower record with the JVM, and because I was complimenting him on how good the guitar sounds were on that record. And he says, yeah, it's all JVM. So I'm like, I gotta get another JVM. Someone stole it. So that was a bummer. But it's a great head. Metallica. It's just that micro pog pedal I got. It's so cool. Louder, man. Just the tapping. Wow. Who can play in that way? Wow. Oh my God. Norwegian knuckleheads. Dude, I gotta talk to you. You should call sometime. Because you're like the coolest fan guy I think we've ever met. Send me a DM on the Instagram. Jason Hook. Some Metallica. Jason Hook. Just look it up. You are the best. I don't know about that. This is fun. I don't do a lot of this kind of stuff, so it's nice to just see some response from the public. Do you teach? Not really. I'm how come you don't answer your messages on Instagram? Well, I get like 1,000 a day. This guitar's not behaving. Toronto, yeah. The amp settings are simple. The master the gain all the way up on this head back here. Gain all the way up. Master volume on like 1.5. Because it's pretty quiet up here. But that thing can crank. I'm from Canada, originally. I do have my American passport now. I've been down here since the mid-90s. Can you show us the rest of your guitars? Bleed Riff? Cliffs of Dover. You know, for the last 12 years, I've been playing pretty much exclusively my own stuff. Or the band's stuff. So I'm embarrassed to say I don't really have a vast knowledge of random songs by other bands. But, you know, in this downtime, it'd be fun to go back and learn some stuff, especially seeing people asking me Children of the Grave, Cemetery Gates, Black Sabbath. I don't know any Iron Maiden. Let the man play. Remember everything. Whoa. James Hetfield, and you are the reason for playing Explorers. Good. I play every day. 59 Les Paul. Trouble. All right, finally, something I know. Or Burn, M-O-F-O. Here we go, Trouble. Alter Bridge. Don't know Alter Bridge, but I do love Mark Tremonti. He's become a friend, and I had dinner with him about a month ago, and I went to his guitar clinic, and it was spectacular. I learned so much from Mark. He's such a cool guy and a tremendous monster of a player. It is a wound third, yes. It is a wound third, and it's a nightmare. Best tips to becoming a great guitar player: play along to songs. Learn how strong songs are put together. Learn the songs. Play with drums. Always play with drums or some kind of tempo. How many years have I been playing? I'm afraid to say because it will date me. It'll put my age out there. But 40-something years, maybe? Hi from Argentina. Hey. Flat. Yeah, this guitar, I just pulled this out of the vault. And it needs to be set up, I think. Because it's a little wiggly right now. Do you have your own pick? I do. I do. Where's the camera? There's the pick. I don't know. I love it. What was the longest time you didn't practice? Marshall amps are equivalent to a sonic orgasm. Now that I have to agree with, and I'm sure they're going to get a kick out of that. Hi from Singapore. Do you know what is an amp you don't know? Do you still play TC Electronic G Major? Yeah. Let's see, do I? Well, I have a couple different rigs, and that is one of them. It's a great unit. Stuff's coming up so fast I can't keep up. One pick. Hola. The one pick from the band I don't have. Well, just send me a DM and I'll send you one. Soundtrack of Summer. Long and loud delay. I love Dimebag, God bless him. Which guitar player inspired you to pick up the guitar? Honestly, to be alone. Know to get stuck on playing the same stuff every day. Put a capo on. Tune your guitar differently. I mean, just, screw with the tuning or put a capo on. If you put a capo on, all of a sudden everything sounds different and it can force you to come up with new things. Capo. Dimebag, that was a tough one, man. I mean, this guy, there's not a lot of room left to pioneer anything on guitar, and this guy came out and just played from the heart and played from the bottle, and it was fresh and exciting and real and no Pro Tools and no click track, and it was just, it was exciting. And when he died, it was like, not him, God. It was awful. And then Vin became friends of ours, and then when he went, just like, this is like catastrophe city. Two of the greatest pioneers of a new sound. It reminds me of Van Halen, those two, because they were brothers and they relied on each other and that chemistry that they had to create something. And I loved that about those two guys, and they're sorely missed. I think about it all the time. Metallica, love Metallica. What can you say? Can you send me some of your picks? Jump. Well, that's a keyboard song. Let them talk and play. This guitar is not behaving, and I'm not really happy. Let me pick up a different guitar. Hang on. Come here right back. Right back. Oh. Let's see what this one sounds like. This guitar was one of the very first Explorers that was painted and hacked up in my garage. So this isn't one of the Gibson signature releases. This is one of the ones I did. And I just pulled it out of the vault the other day, and it seems to be... Well, I gotta plug it in, don't I? Hold on. Where is it? What happened? Oh, there it is. Love it. Don't you love that sound, man? It's so tight. That's the thing about the Marshall, man. It's just chunky and tight. Chunky and tight. You can't beat it. It's the best sound ever. What amp you got, man? Sorry, I'm blocking them. These are just two. I have like 25 Marshalls. Hired Gun on Netflix. Loved the Damage Plan record. It was fantastic. And I was scheduled to go see them play in Hollywood, and I didn't make it because it was raining out. And I thought, I'll just see them next time they come. And then, of course, he got killed. And then I was like, okay, that was a big mistake. Death Punch Therapy. Ah! I forget. Will you ever do a Hired Gun Part 2? Well, it's funny that you ask, because I've been working every day on developing something for television. And that's all I can say about it at this moment. But the pandemic is, honestly, it's a crisis. But for people like me, who doesn't do much but stay at home and work, it's provided me with a huge gap of time to pursue some things that normally I wouldn't have had time to pursue. So the Hired Gun thing, you know, we have 150 hours of interviews, and the movie was 90 minutes. So if you do the math, there's a ton left over. And so we're carving up episodes now. That's all I'll say. Rammstein, I love Rammstein. I play something from Muse. Rammstein, I don't want to do it because I'm going to screw it up. Acoustified. There's my buddy. Motley Crue. She's got the looks of Kill. Pantera. All right, I'm freaking out over here. Sorry, got my bad head going on. I can't get a haircut. Nobody can get a haircut because all the hair people are out of biz right now. Want to play Trouble maybe? I played it already. How far you bend those strings, just wow. And they're heavy too, 13 to 70. But when I play, I get hyper. Where is your red hair? Shave your head. Tuning is B standard. B to B. Motherfucker, here, ready? Here we go. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to swear on this. I apologize, Marshall. That's the name of the song, is Burn, M-O-F-O. You and Jeremy used to have the same hair. I gotta skip through. What pickups do you use? Right, in this guitar, I think it's a JB, a Duncan JB in the bridge. And it's really, it kind of covers all the cool frequencies. It's a balanced pickup, passive, and I love it. What was your first guitar? I think it was a Sears or a Walmart guitar. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy, but that's kind of, every kid starts with like a $75 guitar, right? Favorite album from Five Finger Death Punch? Well, I gotta say that the new one's pretty sick. So, you know, it's new, it's fresh, and so that's kind of exciting. Outside of that, I kind of liked, I like Got Your Six. I thought that was a pretty good record. It did a lot of the Got Your Six stuff over here at my house, or at least the preliminary writing of it. Are you teaching? No, I'm a terrible teacher. I can show you, I can help people, but I'm not really a great teacher. You and Five Finger should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What does it say here? Play Sweet Child of Mine. Okay, so you absolutely love both Got Your Six and F8. Good. Hi to Brazil. I would love to go to Brazil right now. Solo from Hell to Pay. I'd have to learn it, bud. What was it like playing with Alice Cooper? It was awesome. Awesome, you know. It was a difficult show because it went on for 90 minutes straight. Play the A chord. Well, technically, this is A position, but this is A. Mine solo. I don't remember. I can play the lick. Play Trooper solo. No. What's your favorite type from Marshall? I have several of these JCM 800s, and that one's my kind of my prized collectible. That is the Silver Jubilee, but one of the original ones from '87, or I think. Where are all the... Yeah. Do you play acoustic? Well, boy, do I. Play one solo. Not in B standard. This is Eruption for somebody that asked. I haven't got a clue who this guy is. I'm Jason Hook. The band is Five Finger Death Punch. What made you choose Marshall? Well, they sound good. It was the very first amp that I wanted. It was the very first amp that I owned. And I'm talking like when I was a teenager. My buddy had a JCM 800 100-watt. And I was so jealous that I used to beg him, can I come over and play it? Can I come over and play it? And I thought, I'll never be able to afford this. I mean, it was, you know, I didn't have any money. I was a kid. So I targeted that in my mind. I said, I'm going to have my own Marshall head. So when I got my first Marshall head, it wasn't a JCM 800. It was an old Marshall Plexi PA head. And I couldn't figure out why it didn't sound the same as the 800. I don't think it had like gain, like guitar gain. So that was kind of confusing to me. It's like, this is really hot, loud, and dry. So I got rid of it, and I got, I eventually did get my 800, but I got a JMP from the 70s next, which was one of the first ones that had a master volume. I'm glad to meet you, Jason. Hi from Brazil. Hello, darling. Thank you. This has been amazing. Well, I hope so. I'm very appreciative. Thank you very much, Hugh, my buddy from Marshall, for inviting me to do this. This is fun stuff for me to do. I love to talk about my collection. Maybe sometime I'll put them all together and take a picture. But I have some amazing old heads, and some of them have been modded by people that aren't even alive anymore, and they're priceless. I even have an old Steve Lukather head that I bought from Bob Bradshaw, I think, and I'll never get rid of it, because who knows what records that head appeared on. It's cool. Cool that I have it. You are cool, bro. No clean channel, I'm just rolling it down. See, just roll it down. That's the way we did it in the old days. With the Marshall, you just roll that sucker down, and that's how you get clean. And I love it. Listen to that tone. What songs have you never played live that you've always wanted to? Well, there is one song that I wrote called My Nemesis. I want to say that it was even a single, and we never played it live. It just didn't seem like it was going to be a barn burner. That's it. Let's put a little delay on for effect here. Oh, I ran out of frets. Which is precisely why I always add a couple extra frets. I usually take the pickup out, and I got my guy in town, he'll put 2 more frets on there. I just bought a new Marshall amp. What did you buy? What did you buy? Is it good? I'm looking for stuff all the time. Maybe Marshall will send me some stuff to gear review. Whatever they got that's new and cool, I'd like to try it out. What bands influence you the most? Well, I'm going to take a lot of flack for this, but I'm a die-hard Kiss fan. So sling it at me. I can take it. I grew up loving a DSL 100. No, I have not, actually. I grew up listening to a lot of Ace Frehley and his Les Paul and the Marshall Crunch. Most underrated guitarist, in your opinion? What do you think about that? Loco. A JTM 45. Now that's a head that I've always wanted to own. I'm not sure how it applies to heavy metal, but I know I've seen cats play through their 45s, and it's a really great sound, and I'd love to just have one. Hard Luck Woman. Whenever I met you, I don't know how it sounds in B standard. Have you tried the DSL 40? No, I have not. You need to try a DSL 100. Hold on, I can't see. They're so good. Okay, so Hugh, if you're watching this, Hugh is my buddy from Marshall. The JTM 45 rules. Well, okay, now I'm gonna have to get one, because I have that gear acquisition syndrome that I know we all suffer from. What is your favorite distortion pedal, or is it all amp-based tones? That's a good question from the FFDP UK fans. I really lean on the old classic Boss Super Overdrive, the yellow one, the SD1. It has a mid bite to it that really works well with the JCM 800 solo. So that's the pairing that I've stuck with since the beginning. This guitar doesn't have the EMG, it has the Seymour Duncan JB. They're both great pickups. I find that the JB is a little more organic, a little bit more transparent, a little less output, so it's suitable for different things. When we would play Bad Company live, I'm playing something on a clean sound that goes. So that's better with the JB, the non-active pickup. I have a Marshall fridge. Yes, I do. Will Gibson end up mass-producing versions of your guitars at some point? Well, in 2014, we did a run of 400 guitars. It was the white one with the green stripes. And then in 2017, we did the Epiphone version, but in red. So that, I don't know if we're going to do another one. I'm scheduled to talk to Gibson, and we'll see where they're at, because they changed their whole infrastructure over there. So I don't know where they are at with doing more signature stuff for people. I don't know. But the thing is, I have probably 40 or 50 Explorers, so it's not exact like I need any more. I do have the fridge. Light up guitar, Sig next. Oh yeah. Favorite scale or mode? Well, I guess it's the Dorian pentatonic. I don't know how long I'm supposed to be on here. It's 12:11, so I guess it's been an hour and 11 minutes maybe. Very crystal sound, no noise. I know, it's see, I don't even need a lot of gain. Who do I really want to collaborate with? Corey Taylor. He lives in Vegas. I just saw him the other day. I think he's a tremendous talent. And I would love to make some really heavy, angry music with him. Maybe just one song. I just really have a great appreciation for what he does. And he's very prolific, meaning that he can spit out a lot of material with ease. And that's something that you don't find too often. So I'd love to crank one out. Something nasty and dark. Play Drop Dead Legs. I don't know if I know that one. Wow. mean, he's a legend. It's very hard to get to Ozzy, but he's awesome. I always loved his voice. Play Get Your Six. I think that's Got Your Six. Let's see. The solo goes like this. Doesn't that sound good? Just a good sounding amp, man. Well, let me turn the delay off. All right. Might be time for me to go back to work. Please play a little bit off. Okay, well, first of all, I'm on electric guitar, so I'll try. But I have to turn the... This one's... Why so serious? Okay, so it goes. So that's it. Nice guitar, buddy. I know, I love these. I mean, this is one of the ones I did before Gibson got involved. It's just I don't know what year it is, maybe a 2005 or something like that Explorer. I just shaved out that hole right there. Somebody said they were singing along instantly. wants to follow me, I'm just at jasonhook.com, at jasonhook on Instagram, at jasonhook. That's my name, and that's where my stuff lives. Thank you very much to Marshall for always being so gracious and so helpful and generous, and thank you for inviting me to do this. It's been a lot of fun. I think I'm going to sign off. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I think they originally told me do it for 30 minutes. So maybe I went over time. I don't know. But the net is I like this kind of stuff. And so I'm very grateful to be invited to do it. I hope I get to do more. So thanks, Marshall. Thanks, Hugh. Thanks, guys. Let's stay in touch. And go check out anything from Marshall. Anything that has a Marshall logo on it, you're guaranteed to be satisfied. They're fantastic amplifiers, and I own several. Maybe too many for my own good. Anyway, it's been fun. And go check me out at Jason Hook on Instagram. Okay, guys, have a great day, and I hope everyone is safe and healthy and corona-free. And that we'll all get through this soon enough, and that the world will get turned back on. Okay, guys? All right. Thank you. Bye.